Okay, so in Unit 8.1, we studied how we can explain the present with the present perfect simple. And this always means uh, a past action is finished, so this is the present. I'll give you an example off the top of my head. My past action is take an iPod. It's finished. The action take is finished. So what does that mean about now? Well, now I have an iPod in my hand. I have an iPod. If I want to focus on the change, if I want to focus on the action, I say take an iPod in the present perfect simple. I have taken an iPod. This means I have an iPod. So we say the past action in the present perfect simple, and this gives us a present meaning. Now, this is also possible with the present perfect continuous. Now, the present perfect continuous is just a little bit different. Now, when we talked about the present perfect simple, it is very important that the action is finished. Because the action is finished, it has a present meaning. Now, what if an action is not finished? Does it have a present result? Yes, it does. Now, maybe the action is not finished, or maybe just doing the action itself, just doing the action has a present result. Maybe I don't care if the action is finished. An example would be, why is the car clean? Now, the action wash, is it clean because wash the car is finished? That's okay, yes. So, I have washed the car, present perfect simple. I have washed the car. Yeah, it's clean because wash is finished. But does it matter if wash is finished? Is it important that the action wash is finished? Does that mean wash is finished? Does that mean, oh, the car is clean? Well, it's not important that wash is finished. Maybe I'm not finished, but now the car is clean. Maybe I'm not finished wash, but it's clean. So, if I want to say this meaning, it's almost the same meaning. I have been washing the car. So, let's go back here. Present perfect simple, I have washed the car. This means wash is finished. So, the car is clean. But I have been washing the car, present perfect continuous. I don't care that wash is finished. Maybe it's finished, maybe it's not finished, doesn't matter. It's not important. I'm saying that my action, wash, equals the car is clean. Now, the next example on the website, why is the living room so dirty? Well, if I want to say, okay, because have a party is finished, so the living room is dirty, I say have a party in the present perfect simple. My focus is that have a party is finished. So I have had a party. But the living room is dirty. Maybe have a party is not finished. Maybe I don't care if it's finished. Maybe it's finished, maybe it's not finished. Have a party, just the action have a party, means that the living room is dirty. So, I have been having a party. Now, I've given you two examples. I have washed the car, I have been washing the car. I have had a party, and I have been having a party. Sometimes present perfect simple, present perfect continuous, very similar. Sometimes it doesn't matter. Sometimes there's not a big difference. But sometimes There is a big difference. Now remember, we use the present perfect simple to focus that the action is finished. We use the present perfect continuous to say, to focus on the duration. We want to say that the action was continuing and continuing and continuing. And maybe the action's finished. I don't care if the action's finished. It's not important. My focus is just the action. Present perfect simple, the action is finished. Now, I'm going to give you some examples where there's only one correct way to say it. Now, the first example on the website is, what's another way to say, I am not wearing shoes? I am not wearing shoes. Well, when you remove your shoes, we use a phrasal verb to take off your shoes. Take off your shoes. And by the way, phrasal verbs we will study in the next unit, 8.3. Take off. Now, take off is a very, very short action. You take off your shoe. Now, if the action take off is finished, I'm not wearing shoes. It's very important to say that the action take off is finished here. Because if the action take off is not finished, well, maybe I'm wearing my shoes. I'm still wearing my shoes. So in this situation, I'm not wearing shoes. It's important to say the verb take off in the present perfect simple. Because if I don't say that, it has a different meaning. So, I'm not wearing shoes. The same thing in English. I have taken off my shoes. Now, the next example on the website. What's another way to say my face is red? My face is red. Well, let's use the verb run. Now, is my face red because the action run is finished? Maybe not. Maybe I ran, but my face is not red. Maybe run is finished, but my face is not red. Sometimes my face is red, but I'm not running. It doesn't matter that run is finished. My face is red just because my action is run. I don't care if it's finished. Maybe I'm not finished. So, my face is red. I have been running. Present perfect continuous. Next example. I have paint on my clothes. I have paint on my clothes. Now, why do I have paint on my clothes? Is it because the action paint my living room is finished? It doesn't matter that paint my living room is finished. If I'm not finished, maybe I still have paint on my clothes, right? So paint is finished? No, it doesn't matter if it's finished. I have been painting my living room. And I'll give you one more example. I don't smoke anymore. I don't smoke. Well, let's use the verb quit smoking. Quit smoking. Now, if I say quit smoking, maybe, 4 days ago, quit smoking. Well, quit is a very short action. It's a decision. And it's very important to say that the action quit is finished. If quit is not finished, maybe I'm still a smoker. But if quit is finished, quit finished equals Mark is not a smoker. So here, I'm not a smoker. The only way to say this with present perfect is with the continuous. I have quit smoking.